Good morning. Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis, and it is the end of the week. That's right. We made it through another work week. Good to have you with us. Of course, we're live on Facebook and YouTube, and we appreciate you joining us. We got your HCC news and information for the next half hour. Some special guests coming your way. It's Film Friday, and we'll talk more about that shortly. But my co-host is Randy Ramsey. She is the executive director of Swamp, also an HCC film faculty member, and our co-host every Friday. Randy, good to see you.
Good to see you. I hope you've had a great week.
It's been a busy week, been a good week, been a long week, but It's good to be here. You know, I was at the West Houston Institute all day yesterday. They have an AI conference that went on yesterday. They've got another one going on today and some great speakers. You know, we've got a phenomenal AI program here at HCC. We
really do. It's won awards and such.
It is, and it's incredible to hear what's going on. So they got a lot going on out there. We have a lot going on today and this week. Well, I know you've got a busy weekend on tap, none of which involves the Final Four madness that's going on, right?
No, it's kid weekend. It's my daughter's school play. She's one of the leads. It's super exciting. And then Saturday, she's playing in her rugby tournament and doing the show after. So she'll be dead meat by Sunday morning.
It's going to be busy. You know, the Final Four is happening in the downtown area. It's going to be crazy. A lot of traffic headed here. So this afternoon, I'm leaving. I'm headed away from, I live near downtown, but I'm leaving. I'm just getting the heck out of downtown this weekend. So I don't want to be near that.
You know, I live in the middle of nowhere on a lake, Todd. So you're always welcome to come out to the lake house on the weekend. It's quiet.
I appreciate that. You know, I'm going to be moving to the suburbs probably later this year. Can you believe that? Yeah.
Why?
Up to the Woodlands. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I have kids, so I understand why, but your kids are grown.
I know, but I'm just getting tired of being downtown. There's too much traffic, too many people, all that stuff. So yeah, gonna do that. But more on that later in the year.
Later.
What we have on tap today, we're live on Facebook and YouTube, and they can always catch us in social media, Randy, and on HCCTV
at noon, 5 and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday. So there's no excuse for not watching, even if they can't be here right now. Gosh darn it. And we've got a lot going on today. All right, stick around because you're going to be interviewing this next guest. We'll be talking about the Public Safety Institute. Vicki May joins us again. She is EMS Program Director of the Public Safety Institute. Vicki, always good to see you. Let's see if we can get you to unmute your mic.
There we go. Yes, since I'm not in the drama section, sometimes it's a little rough on me with these. But yes, thank you for having me on the show.
We appreciate you being here. Randy's going to be with you shortly, so we're looking forward to hearing about all the good things you guys have going on. Okay, first, it's Film Friday. We're talking to an advocate for Texas media professionals seeking economic and creative work incentives. Mindy Raymond, Communications Director for the Texas Media Production Alliance, joins us live now. Mindy, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I always love talking the talk.
You are also an executive producer with Free Lion Productions, and we want to hear more about your organization. But let's start with TXMPA. What exactly is that?
So TXMPA is the advocacy organization for all of the media production industries. So think of anybody below the line that works on film productions, anybody above the line that works on film productions. We also incentivize video game folks. So people that work either in-house on video games as executive making decisions. We incentivize commercials. So people that work on the commercial world, animation as well. So we pretty much represent the whole of the industry across the state of Texas. And we started in 2006 and we've been going strong ever since.
Now, I know the Texas legislature is in session right now. It's a big deal for HCC because we have a number of items that we're looking at as well. But tell us some of the things that you guys are looking for at the Capitol.
Well, Todd, it's a really exciting session, to be honest. We've had more bills presented this session than any other session, which is just a testament to how much the legislators are seeing the economic impact of our industry. We have some heavy hitters here in Texas, too, that moved here during the pandemic that are helping to champion this program. And we know we can bring a lot more work to Texas. We just need those funds to help incentivize those projects. I think everybody in the industry knows that incentives are kind of the name of the game nowadays. So Texas needs to stay competitive. We have about 17 bills that we're tracking this session. A lot of them have to do with direct funding into our program. Some of them have to do with infrastructure development and investment. So it's a very busy and exciting and productive session so far.
Now, there's a lot of excitement around the media production industries. For those looking to get into it, what would be your advice? Because we have a lot of students who are film students, want to get into the industry. They're just looking for, the right break or when it'll happen. What advice do you give them?
Well, I think starting with HCC is phenomenal. That's what we're really seeing in our industry, sort of the higher educations, the different universities, the different community colleges that offer these programs. Those students are coming out just with a leg up on how it actually works. I'm partial to community colleges as well, because I really feel like they teach the kids to come into and be active in an actual industry. Whereas a lot of times, some universities are a little bit more theoretical in what they teach. Community colleges get them ready to work, and they can be on set day one and know the lay of the land, what to expect, and all that good stuff. So obviously getting those educations, super important. But part of that too is in getting on set, meeting people. Our industry thrives on relationships and people that that help you to sort of take that next step up and up and up. So starting as a PA, a production assistant, and working your way up, it's amazing how those relationships help you build your own career. And I always say I've never actually applied for a job. I've never sent in a resume. Every job that I've had has just been a result of people that I know, relationships that I've kept. And so no matter what, don't burn those bridges, be good on set, be good, stewards of our industry, and just always be positive, and you'll never know where that door is going to open next.
Tell us about Lena Lone Star. What exactly is that, and what's the story behind it?
I love Lena Lone Star. She's my favorite. A few years ago, I had an idea of creating an animation that's an evergreen way of us telling people how we get our funding, because there's so much confusion around it. Every state does something a little bit different. So we at TXMPA get the question, why can't we be more like Georgia? Why can't we be more like California? Fill in the blank as far as an incentive program goes. So we came up with this script. We thought it was a really great way just to educate folks on how do we get our funding at the Texas Capitol. We created this great little star named Lena Lone Star. The voice is Trish Avery, who many of you know through SAG-AFTRA. We had a local animator named Phil Mackey. He created the animation for us, and we had local musicians do music for us, Brian Kelly and Luciano Storti. So it literally is all productions are. It's a collaboration of great minds coming together. This is a way that we're able to just, again, highlight and educate people on how we get our funding.
And who are the partners that you guys work with? I imagine you do a lot of work with Houston Film Commission, right?
Absolutely. We have partners all across the state. Again, we are a statewide organization. So we work with all the film commissioners, the regional film commissioners very heavily. We are tapped into those education systems, obviously HCC, ACC, up in Dallas Community College as well. We have stakeholders throughout, as well as both in the economic development worlds, those that are working for cities and that sort of thing. And then people that are just everyday industry folks, whether you're a vendor like a Panavision or one of those, or you're an actual grip, that's somebody that works boots on the ground production. We have sponsors and members across the entire state, and we just really want to make sure that people know that we are advocating for the entire state. This is not a city initiative. This is across Texas, and we want to see productions, in the Panhandle as well as down in the coast and on the west and east side and all throughout Texas.
Back in the 80s, and I'm kind of dating myself here, when I was in college, I worked on a number of film sets, when I was in college, just doing various things. And you kept hearing how Texas and Houston was going to be the next big thing. When did we get away from that? Because it seems like, did we lose sight, or did the industry lose sight? What happened between the 80s when things seemed like they were booming, and then where we are now, where, everybody's come and move here, but the film industry isn't coming here yet. What happened since then?
That's a great question. And, we can all look at Dallas as like a perfect example of those shows. Movies of the week were filmed here literally every week in Texas. And we were coined the third coast for many years because there was so much work happening here. And in the early 2000s is when incentives started to make their place here in our industry. Louisiana was the first state to incentivize. Canada had been doing it for a few years. So when our neighboring state, Louisiana, started incentivizing or bringing money to these productions, all of a sudden, our work in Texas very quickly moved to our neighboring state. Yep. And it's pretty much been a rat race ever since then. So we are feeling very confident this session. Our ask is $200 million for the appropriation. It is a huge ask. Last session, we got $45 million, and this is a 2-year biennium. So keep that in mind. $45 million for 2 years is nothing. When you look at Oklahoma, who's incentivizing $30 million a year. and Oklahoma has 1/8 our economy. So we have to get in the game. We have to do better at incentivizing and bringing these projects here. Because for every $1 spent, about $5 comes into the state of Texas. It's a no-brainer, right? So, and we have so many creatives here that want to stay in Texas. They want to work. Houston is a booming place for these creatives to be here. There's a lot of excitement around Houston too, and some studios being built there, and just everyone feeling that urgency to really get back in the game. I think that's happening now.
If people hear TXMPA and the Texas Film Commission, what would you say would be the difference between the two? Because it may confuse people.
It does confuse people. And I talk to the TFC a lot. We're always getting questions on like, well, who does what? And, how are you divided? So the Texas Film Commission, they're the ones that actually appropriate the grant. So we have a rebate program. It's on their website. You can look up who qualifies for these grants. And that's our incentive program, because we don't have a state income tax. Thank God. We have to do a grant as our incentive. So they're the ones that you go through, you apply through the Texas Film Commission. They do a lot of the work on that end as far as the appropriation, and they help people with location scouting. They help people with production services. They have an amazing directory. If you're not on that directory, I'll get on the directory for listing what you do in the industry. Where we are different is that they work for the governor, right? So they're under Governor Abbott's Economic Development Fund. Therefore, they cannot lobby for their incentive program. So that's where TXMPA comes in. We are the main lobby group that helps to lobby for our film incentive program. We started in 2006. We wrote the legislation that we have now for the incentive program. So we've been in it with them for many, many years, and we understand the benefits, and we know the challenges that come every session with the Texas politics. So we've been just holding strong. We have a great working relationship with them, but we have to lobby on behalf of them because they cannot do that. So that's the big difference.
Mindy, Raymond,
we don't appropriate the money. We just let them handle that.
Wish you the best in getting that $200 million. Grab that $200 million. Let's get that going and get some more productions here in Texas.
Yeah, we'll wrap up May 29th. So I'll keep you updated on where we're at, but everything's tracking to be a really positive session. So and you can join us at txmpa.org and get more information. I'm the one that sends out the newsletter, so I keep them brief and to the point. And obviously we're on social media, so you can follow us there too.
We're going to have all that information in our social media post after this show, where you can follow the Texas Media Production Alliance. Mindy, Raymond, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, y'all. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mindy.
Thank you. Have a good day, y'all.
All right, Randy, I know you're excited about that as well, right?
I am. I'm super excited. And I think TXMPA does a great job lobbying for us and doing kind of a heavy lift. Right. Because it's always hard in really conservative areas to convince them that entertainment is an investment worth making.
Absolutely. All right. We're going to turn things over to you because you've got a special guest as well that's joining us.
I'm super excited to welcome Vicki May, our EMS program director at the Public Safety Institute. Welcome back, Vicki. It's super exciting to have you here because, my nephew just graduated from an EMS program in New Hampshire 6 months ago. So I'm now intimately familiar with what it takes, and it's a lot. So why don't you introduce us to the program overall?
Okay, well, we offer the program. We've been there at HCC doing the program since 1983. It has changed up a little bit over the years, but currently we're offering basically 4 EMT programs each semester. We offer those at our Missouri City campus, at our Spring Branch campus, and at our Northeast Caldwell campus. We also offer, because the way the program works is you have 3 levels of certification. So the first level is EMT Basic. Everybody has to start at that point. Once you become EMT Basic certified, then you can go out and get a job, and that at HCC that will be within a semester. So within a semester, you can get your education, get your certification, and go out and start working.
That's huge, by the way, yes. That, you can be 3-4 months into the program and get a paycheck.
Yes.
Because that's way better than spending years.
Oh, by all means. And most of them work 12, 24, 36, 72-hour shift, depending upon the service you go to. So there's always regular pay and there's always overtime in the business. So there's no reason they can't make a livable wage. And most of our students, when they're out doing their clinical rotations, are actually offered jobs by the affiliates that they do their rotations with. So they always ask me, do we do job placement? And I say, no, we don't have to, because if you want a job, you can get a job. There's no reason you shouldn't work once you complete the program. Now, once they finish the basic program, then they can move on into the AEMT program. We offer that at our Spring Branch campus and at our Northeast campus. Once they finish that program, again, it's another level of certification. So as long as the EMS providers recognize the certification, then there'll be a bump in pay, because obviously you're going to do more skill and you'll have more responsibility. And then once you finish that program, then you can move on in and complete your paramedic certification. That will take them, that one's offered basically at the Northeast campus. And most paramedics today, I'll just be honest with you, most paramedics today, in speaking with folks that are adjunct instructors, which work in the profession, most of the students are starting between 60 and 70K a year as a paramedic. And again, that always goes with some overtime.
Wow. I mean, you're what, less than 2 years in, and you've already got a pretty well-paying job, especially for this area. That's huge.
Well, now, just to make sure everybody's good, to complete everything, because we are a part-time program, because most of our students do work while they're going to school, it will take them about 2 years to complete their paramedic certification. But even at that, 2 years to complete an education like that, and then to go off and be able to make a nice livable wage, I agree with you.
That's a good deal.
Yes,
so the 3 different levels, that was my next question. They can work while they're getting the next level certification.
And we highly encourage them, once they get their basic certification, to go, if they're going to continue on to become a paramedic, to go out and get a job in the industry, because most of the employers want them to get that higher education, so they'll work with them. And it is shift work, so they're not a 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 type of thing. So it's easier to work in the schedule of schooling along with your job.
So you guys are back to face-to-face.
Oh, yes, ma'am. We came back in spring of 21. We were back to face-to-face spring of 21. Yes. This is not a program that you can do online. There's a lot of skill involved. With that skill, you have to build that muscle memory. So when things get crazy out there and you have to do patient care, you don't think about what you need to do. You're just able to do it. And the only way you do that is by physically doing the job.
Absolutely. I don't think that I really want someone to give me an IV if they were trained online.
Oh no. It's amazing how some places are still trying to keep it that way. And I just don't understand how you do that, honestly.
Well, I'm with you. If you're going to stick me, I'd like you to have, had a little practice first.
Exactly.
So how often are the classes offered?
So the basic classes are offered every semester. The AEMT classes are offered every semester. The paramedic classes, because the paramedic class will take you about a year to complete, they are offered, or their start dates are in the fall and the summer. Fall and the spring, because then they'll overlap each other in the summer.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. And it's at how many campuses? 4, 3?
No, 3 campuses. We do the basic at Missouri City, at Spring Branch, and at the Northeast Caldwell. We do the AEMT at Spring Branch and at the Northeast campus at Caldwell. And then the paramedic is just at the Northeast campus at Caldwell.
Nice. And you have some great facilities at all those campuses.
Yes, we've been very blessed. We do have the facilities. We've got the equipment. We've got the simulation mannequins, which basically really allows the students to get as close as possible to feel for how it's going to work in the field when they're actually out there doing the job.
And you guys routinely upgrade and update your equipment to stay right at the forefront of things.
We do the best we can. Unfortunately, some of that equipment is very cost prohibitive to, shall we say, replace every year. But we do keep it updated. We do keep it working. Anytime we get a chance to increase or buy new stuff via Perkins or via the system itself, the district itself, and then we do, by all means, we jump in as often as we can.
And you have actual ambulances, don't you?
Yes, we do have an actual ambulance. It's out there at the Northeast campus. So what can happen is, as the students are doing their scenarios, we can start them inside the lab, and then we can move them on out into the ambulance, similar to what would happen with them, transporting the patient off to the hospital. And that gives them a pretty good feel, because it's completely different doing your skills in the back of an ambulance than it is sitting in a nice, quiet classroom without any motion.
Yeah, I was going to say you drive them around too, don't you? Because I can imagine that would be nerve-wracking.
Oh yeah,
we
get them back there and we give them a little bit of that ambulance motion, which, believe me, does not ride like a Cadillac.
No, sadly, I've been in the back of a few.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So I'm very accident prone. We have a really good passing rate for our program, don't we?
Yes, we do. At our basic level, they take that national registry test. We're at 90% or above on our basics. To be honest with you, on all of our levels of certification, when they take their registry test, which is their certification test to allow them to go off and get certified by the state with their license, all of the levels are 90% or above. Yes.
That is so impressive. Mindy, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited that we have such a great program, but you've been here a long time, haven't you?
Oh, yes. Longer than most of the students have been alive. Yes, I have.
Did I just say Mindy and I meant Vicki? Sorry, Vicki. I have Mindy on the brain.
No problem.
Thank you for being here. Vicki May, our EMS program director at the Public Safety Interview. We'll have all the information in the post after the show about the program and how to sign up. But I'm super excited. Maybe I'll sign up.
Anytime. Send anybody you know our way.
It's certainly better work than film, I think. At least more important.
Well, it certainly can be very rewarding. There's no doubt about that.
Thank you so much, Vicki.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thanks,
All
Todd.
Right. Thank you, Vicki. All right. We've got a few announcements to get through before we...
yes. I always forget about the announcements.
Yeah, we got announcements. Yeah, so don't go anywhere yet. Don't leave. Don't leave yet. Okay. Coleman Career Day at HCC Southeast. HCC Southeast will host a Coleman Health Sciences Day featuring representatives from HCC Coleman to answer questions about healthcare career paths for our students. It is 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Wednesday, April the 5th. Can you believe we're already in April? Can you believe that?
We're headed downhill toward the summer.
I know. What happened to March? Anyway, that's 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Wednesday, April the 5th. HCC's Eastside campus, the Southeast Learning Hub is the location. No need to register. Just show up. Get your questions answered there. Also, there's a substance use screening, intervention, and referral Zoom conference that's coming up.
Yeah, HCC Counseling is presenting the substance use screening, intervention, and referral for treatment. It's hosted by Professor Richard Rosing, open to all students, faculty, and staff. Noon on Thursday, April 6th via Zoom. So check our post after the show. That's a super important topic.
And show your skill set. Skills USA competition coming up. It's current HCC workforce students can compete in the upcoming HCC and Skills USA Texas Post-Secondary Skills and Leadership Competition. It's Wednesday through Friday, April 13th through the 15th. Check our post after the show for submissions forms. And students, if you're creative, check this out. You can actually create the cover of our graduation program.
Woohoo! It's a Make It One of a Kind graduation cover contest. HCC wants it to be super memorable by having their student artwork right there on the cover. And it will be used during the commencement ceremony for spring 2023 and fall 2023. The two winners will get their work published in the programs and promotional material, but also a chance to win a new iPad. Deadline to submit 5 p.m. Wednesday, April 19th. Check our post after the show for the details.
Okay, HCC is offering student success coaching. Student success coaching is new and free student service available to HCC online only students. A grant funded initiative sponsored by the University of Florida and falling under student engagement and success. It assists online students and increases matriculation through a more hands-on approach and some select classes. Check our post after the show for all the details. And summer registration is upon us.
Yes, sir. I'm super excited because I'm teaching this summer and it is time to go and get registered. I know we're already thinking about summer, but 5 ways to learn online anytime, online on a schedule, hybrid in person and hybrid labs. You know what? Check out hccs.edu/apply, and all the classes will be listed there. Not too late to get in for the summer.
Yeah, you got to apply, though. You've got to get registered because those classes, they fill up fast, don't they?
The summer classes fill up really fast because they're intensive 5 weeks. So you just get a whole semester in 5 weeks, which is great.
Yeah, so make sure you sign up today and get that taken care of. Okay, it's Friday. Monday, I know, we're already talking Monday. It's the first Monday of April, meaning it's going to be Mental Health Monday. And we've got Dr. Sean Fitzpatrick, one of our favorite guests. He's from the Jung Center of Houston. He'll be here to talk about various topics. And we look forward to another short week with a holiday approaching. We'll have our usual lineup of special programming such as Tasty Tuesday and Thursday Family Fun Day, but we won't be here next Friday. We're off next Friday.
That's good because I'll be down in Rockport with my children and my in-laws.
Yeah, and I think I'm taking off Thursday because I got things to do. So I'm busy.
Because now you're looking at the suburbs, and that's a long way away, so it takes a long drive.
It is. I know. I'm going to be leaving this afternoon, headed up to Cyprus. Yeah.
Ooh, I like Cyprus. I used to live up there.
Yeah, good times up there. So anyway, so enjoy the Final Four. If you're headed downtown, pack a lunch and some patience, and make sure you stay safe this weekend. It's going to be a crazy weekend, but stay safe. Have a good one. We'll be back Monday with more Up to the Minute.